Hey, it's Ashley's Journeys, and today I'm going to be discussing my quip about the Affordable Care Act. I don't like it, but a lot of people are on Twitter and on different platforms saying, "Oh, you just don't like it because you're not the sick and the dying and all that stuff." And it's like, I don't like it because, like I've said in a previous video, I only work, I mean, for right now, to buffer my small business. I'm only working, and when I say small business, I don't mean like, oh, I'm boohoo, I'm making money, and it's like, no, especially during this pandemic, no one's really making money like that. So when I say that it's a business that I'm trying to make some progression, I'm trying to build it up, that's what I mean. And it honestly feels like with this Affordable Care Act is when they're forcing you to have to pay for it. Like, no one's saying they should get rid of it for the people who want to actually get it, but it's a problem when they're forcing other people to have to get it, because then it's like, I just can't afford that. I have bills to pay, okay? I have my phone bill, I have other things to pay. And medical insurance is not my sole bill to pay. So, I mean, even to be on the internet costs money. I have to get internet service. I have to pay. We have to pay for that. I have to pay for all these different things. And it's not like I'm raking in dough again at some part-time job. It's not like the part-time job pays for my medical insurance. So when I'm really just going out to get it, and I'm not a very sicky person, all that stuff, but when I'm just really going out to get it to not be charged later, it, at the end of 2021 or going towards 2022, at the beginning of 2022 during income tax season, and I just to not be charged for not having it or penalized for not having it, whatever the new charge may be, whatever they're going to charge people. Or right now they say it's $300 per adult. Like, how is that fair? How is that fair? Okay, basically they're just running you into the ground financially, and then it's up to us to be like, oh well, like, basically, oh, it's up to us to be like, well, if you can't afford it, then you might as well just take on all the bills and find a way to have a pre-existing condition. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you read not reads, but when you read Kamala Harris's post and you hear the, like, this underhanded or undertone of saying, oh well, if you can't afford to pay for the cost of the medical care insurance right now, then you need to become a person that have pre-existing conditions, and we only cover children up to 14 years old. Like, oh, so the kid grown after 15? I mean, once they turn 15, they grown. Of course, big pharma and all of the things that come along with them with their Pizzagate stuff. Of course, they're gonna go and say, yeah, a kid is 15. I mean, yeah, a kid is grown at 15. But it's like, it's just really not fair, because the average person cannot afford that penalty. The average person with a minimum wage job that y'all refuse to go up on the wages for cannot afford that. And you're like, well, the businesses are doing bad, and so yeah, they can't afford that. Well, if they can't afford that, why are you trying to force us, a lot of people who are working for these big monopolistic businesses, to have to pay for something if you think that the businesses can't afford to pay for a higher bill that way? So why would you think that we could afford to pay for a higher bill that way? It's just not fair. So I'm gonna show some of the tweets, but about of what she said and stuff, and what some people replied in some of the tweets I like. But I'm just really annoyed, and I feel like we're in this country, we're on the cusp of it just going to mayhem, straight up chaos. It's only a matter of time because we are beyond breaking the camel's back now. It's just, this is beyond breaking the camel's back. U.S. must work to improve maternal mortality rate. The United States has the worst maternal mortality rate among industrialized nations. In fact, a 2016 investigation found that of more than a dozen countries studied, ours was the only nation with an increasing rate at 26.4 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births. Differences in education and income don't explain the incredible inequity. In fact, a 2016 study found that college-educated black women are more likely to suffer complications and death from pregnancy compared to white women who lack a high school diploma. So, if we're trying to not return to the Stone Ages and make sure that women get the proper health care they need, since directly that's what they keep stomping that the Affordable Care Act is for, how come in its wake and in its existence the maternal rates of women, especially the maternal mortality rates, especially of black women, but women in general in America, is deplorable? How come it sucks? If this Affordable Care Act was doing what they proposed, what they said it's put in place to do, instead of what I deem what it's really in place for. It's a classism tactic staged by the plutocratic oligarchs that is used to destroy the middle class. So if it's not about destroying the middle class, in which it is doing a good job amongst other little ploys and tactics they have in place, and systems they have in place to destroy the middle class, how come it's not saving those women's lives? Isn't that what it's put in place for? Explain it to me. Since they insist that the middle class woman goes and participates and pay into, especially a middle class black woman, pay into the Affordable Care Act, whatever insurance plan they throw at you, and while she's paying for her insurance, her medical insurance, she's paying for some other poor person who's on government assistance, got a lot of kids and all that stuff. It has some drug dealer boyfriend, whether he's selling meth or crack from the house. So again, the woman who made it, black woman, like they said, she made it to a standard of, she got out of college, she got her degrees, and now she's made it to a point where she is in middle class. You are now saying to me that this Affordable Care Act was supposed to work hand in hand with her, but how come her populace, how come her numbers, how come she's dying? How come she's dying? Why does she have to pay to die? Why does she have to pay for you to kill her? Someone explain it to me.